What the was that? Might be the craziest. Might be the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
You're kind of like Superman. He just about died. You should have seen what this guy just did. What's up, guys? This is Tyler with Board Insiders. Just got done with a super sweaty shred day up here at Timberline Lodge. It was literally like 70-something degrees out there on the hill. I was only wearing a flannel and just dripping with sweat after a couple of runs. Super slushy, but the park crew did a good job about keeping it salted, so it was nice and fast out there. Today I rode the 2017 Rome Agent Rocker. This board has like an 8-inch reverse camber zone in the middle.
It's got big, fatty camber sections under each set of bolts. They're really kind of pronounced. It feels really good under your foot.
They got a whole new shape for this year. It looks like the side cut's a little less dramatic, a little bit more rounded out tip and tail. These guys do some really cool things with these carbon pop rods. You can really see this 3D pop rod here. I love it. Instead of being like a V, which a lot of companies do, where they'll add carbon strips out to the contact points, these guys keep it center lined.
It's not super flexy, but definitely you can flex it out on the rails.
The stiffness of the board, I didn't think lent to locking in as well. You know, it was just like when I hit a rail, it didn't sink into it like some soft jib boards would.
It was actually pretty difficult to butter. It didn't really want to stay there, but it definitely pushed back, like, you know, the pop on it for sure.
It flexes like this. The board literally flexes, just, it's an awesome feeling. So it's got the pop rods going from your inserts to right here, just about the contact points. And then they do a Xylon strip from tip to tail. And you can literally feel the pop in this board. It is crazy.
I would consider this board a charger. It goes really fast. It was really stable at speed, and really a pleasure to take off jumps and get into landings. It's also, you could rail it on some jibs. It's set up for that. I wouldn't say that's its strong suit though. If I had to give it a minus on one or the other, I would say this is more of a jump board than a jib board.
You all right?
In the park this year, they have what they call a flow track. So there's wall hits, there's jumps, there's little rollers stacked up, just all kinds of creative, playful stuff to do. So there's like 3 rollers in a row. And I did like 180, 180, and I've been doing this on all the boards for a test. But on this board, I was 360 and off the last one.
It's got a lot of pop to it, so it was very nice off the lips, and the landing is very smooth.
The pop on this board, I would say, is like a 15 out of 10 if I had to rate it. It is just crazy. With this camber zone, or the reverse camber in the middle, if you literally feel it like a teeter-totter. So you'll be coming into a feature in the front seat, you know, for your steering, and then you center your weight, and it's literally like a teeter-totter when you center. You feel it rock, and that teeter-totter actually helps you set up that power into the back seat for the pop. And then these carbon rods just explode under your feet. It's literally a magical pop on this board. You never ever have a catchy feeling. So it's a serious board. It can pop, it can do all this stuff. But when you want to be playful, it's just right there playful.
I didn't really get to try it out all mountain because we were on the groomers, but I could tell this would excel in powder groomers just because the edges really engage and you could hold a turn nice.
So we took a whole crew of like 15 to 20 people out, went to the top of that lift, and then hiked out of bounds to a place they call Zigzag Canyon. Why do I get stuck holding the camera? And up here at Timberline, there is a couple places that are steep. You just gotta find them. And we went and found those. And it was just out there riding on the moon, dropping into steep. We had like a foot of snowfall a few days ago or a week ago. So some of that was still there, and it was just super fun. It's not powder specific. If you know you're just going to ride in powder all day long, you probably don't want to take this. You could shred powder all day, but you still got to be a little backseat in the POW.
Definitely through the trees, you could find your lines. It's got control, definitely, for sure.
This board ate a lot of the chunder today. I went through some really chundery sections, and I paid note to my feet, and I was just like, yeah, it's barely there. You can hear it more than you can feel it.
I would say this board is definitely an all-mountain board. You can take it anywhere and do anything and have fun. It's got the landing gear you need. With all the torsional flex it has, you have so much time to have all these little tiny setup turns into the jib features, so it kills it there.
We just kept lapping the park. I hit some medium-sized jumps, I hit some smaller jumps, I hit many sizes of jibs and rails in different shapes. I hit boxes. I felt very confident going into the first 2 jumps on Conway today. I was just like, hey man, this thing's gonna make it. There wasn't a second in my mind where I was like thinking about that knuckle underneath me. I was just like, there it goes, you know? And one of them, I like hit a little hard. You see me roll down the windows, but I just wasn't ready for its pop. I think it was probably the first run through. But once you get used to this pop, like, I mean, you could get really confident with this thing. I could see people probably like busting all kinds of crazy tricks out of this thing in the jump lines.
I would say this is not a beginner board. I think the beginners wouldn't quite know what's going on. Like, it would be really easy for them to make turns and stuff like that, but it's just too serious of a pop for a beginner. It's gonna take them too much leg power to actually load it up and then have it release. You need to be an intermediate rider with some muscles in your legs, at least, to ride this board.
I'd say this is an intermediate going advanced. It's for someone who wants a specific board to bomb some jumps. You know, they want that deck that's like, it's in a good package. A 155 is pretty small. I mean, I'm 6'4". I think of this board as like possibly like a jib board, but this board with its stiffness and its flex pattern really slays jumps, and it really has a stable ride into them, and you can go really fast on this board if you want to go really big. So I'd say it's intermediate going advanced.
I do give this shred cred a 96. It's definitely a stable board when you're going fast, and it engages turns really nicely.
This is the Agent Rocker. I gave it a shred cred of a 92. It really bombs jumps well. If you're looking to get into it, get it.
I gave the Rome Agent Rocker a shred cred of a 98 because it does everything, and it does everything very well.
Subscribe, and subscribe. Seriously, right now. What are you waiting for?
And then they do a Xylon strip from tip to tail. And you can literally feel the pop in this board. It is crazy.
What is that?
I have no idea. It doesn't explain it.
Tell me that you don't know what Xylon is. I don't know what Xylon is, and if I don't know what Xylon is,
It's just, so they added some new material. I'm not sure what it is. They didn't add fiberglass strips or carbon strips. They added what they call Xylon. I don't know what it is, but whatever it does it right.